Simas tu nimeitisha pills na 2 and a packet of embassy lights. Hata before nikunywe, a lady comes. Kachukua fegi, akakisha akanipiga na moshi. And there were 2 of them. Nikasema, walai mkinichokoza leo, ile kukunywa mtakunywa.
Hiyo story imenishika. Okay, so let's talk about now unaenda uni.
So nishaingia uni. Remember now I have these connections za wasanii at least Nairobi and all that. So I get to uni. When I get to uni, I lose accountability from church. Because you know that now you're in a new environment, nini. And then guess what? I begin to meet my buddies from high school.
Where were you? What were you studying and where were you?
I was in Chiromo.
Oh, Chiromo. Huh?
Directly Nairobi. So first year kwanza mimi nikadunda. I look at my life and I see mercy and the grace of God. Because remember here, God has opened a door. This means now you need to die for him. But now pressure comes. I have money. There's help in the account. I have these new friends. Some of them live in Nairobi. And now it becomes now the freedom of Tao. We begin the partying life again. There's no one here to tell you a pastor. Now this is where your faith is tested as an individual. And the whole of first year wasted. No see you, no nothing. Sometimes you go to church once in a while just to feed that consciousness.
Google za kupigi time. Na rap utaki time.
Your time bado unafanya muziki but unamchorea. Google alikuwa ngole msemaze God anasema nini? Mademo anakupelekaje? You know alikuwa ule mzee wa tough talk. So unaona mzee achana na mzee anachoma. So second year was my turnaround. Because in second year, I'd gotten a job at F2.
F2?
Yes, as an MC. I used to MC campus night every Thursday. So they would give me free 10 complimentary tickets, free mzinga, na a packet, Julikuwa sponsored na Trust. So I'll be given a packet of Trust, a box. Sasa hiyo box ilikuwa inachukuliwa, wasa wanaenda wanaiuza shule. And then sasa mzinga tunakunywa na hizo ma complimentary I give my boys to come.
Yes.
So good in that a certain guy came. Kanambia kunipatia job Applebee's, which was a strippers club. Said, man, nimeona job yako, you just come on Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I decided to attend one of the days. Niliangalia hivi nikajiambia hata kama nikupotea hii sana kwenda hell. So I left. So I did F2. Kafanya F2. Then one day nafikiria tu nilikuwa nimeamua tu sasa whatever I hear of Nairobi I want to explore. So I went, I took my 18,000 help. Nikaweka kwa mfuko. Nikakula, nikasema today I want to tour all the strippers club. I just want to know Nairobi. So I went to the first strippers club which nilikuwa nalepewa job hapo hivyo. And the guy, and the first person who came to serve me was a lady called Vero. Nikamwambia hi T, mazuri ulikuwa unatubariki ma open air crusades Narok. Nikamwambia Mungu leo ni ile day. So nikamwambia nipe Sprite. So I left. So nikipiga round nikasikia kuna place ilikuwa inaitwa Simas. Nikamwambia Simas sasa ndio kama Sodom. Nikasema hapo ndio nataka. Nikaingia Simas. Simas tu nimeitisha pills na 2 and a packet of embassy lights. Hata before nikunywe, a lady comes. Kachukua fegi, akakisha akanipiga na moshi. And there were 2 of them. Nikasema walai mkinichokoza leo, ile kukunywa mtakunywa. Because I have the money.
Yes.
And the lady asks me, yani kijana mwanza mkaa wewe, ni unafanya hapa? Si tuko hapa juu ya mashida. And that voice was my conviction.
Wow.
The Lord reminded me there's a time a donkey spoke to a prophet. So I asked myself, how lost am I that even a prostitute can see that I'm lost? And that was my Damascus moment. I left everything there and I walked back crying to Campo. And that was now the point I said, you know what? Now God, I know you favored me and all that. Now I'll be serious with you. So second year, that was second year.
Wait. Hey, bro, your story ni noma. But one thing that I like doing intentionally on CTA is trying to show people how amazing Kenya is.
Yes.
We talk a lot of, our tongue towards Kenya is very harsh. We speak a lot of evil. But bro, you're telling me you had help.
Yes.
Without help, you would not be able to have gone to that school.
No.
So the Kenyan government gave you money.
In fact, even in second year, now when I had my Damascus moment and went back to the Lord, the funniest thing is now my roommate married. Na hii ni kampo, now faith has to be tested. Uni mse amelala hapa, next wamelala hapa, wameka curtain see me through and they are married. And they do everything married people do.
Yep.
And you're a man and you feel that unawezeka curtain na uoe. But something keeps on telling you you're born again. I stayed like that. In second year, I applied for a bursary as a Kikuyu, and this money was being given in Narok to the Maasai community at that time. And I was given double allocation of the bursary, which paid my school fees from second year to fourth year and still paid for my accommodation. And that money was supposed also to feed me for the 4 years. Now, the problem is the feeding part, I wasn't very consistent. So 80,000 was left in my account. And I thought they will give me this money after 4 years. Then I was told bursary is not withdrawn, it's taken back. I felt like crying because the Lord later spoke to me and told me that was your manna. You don't keep it for the next day. The Lord took care of my school fees. The Lord took care of my accommodation, and according to him, he had taken care of my food. And I calculated the money that was returned. I was supposed to be taking the best meal in the hostel.
80,000.
86, it was returned to the ministry. When you try to save manna.
Man.
For the next day.
The reason why I say this,
yes.
T, we are going to continue this story. And I like interjecting.
Yes.
Sometimes it's very intentional.
Yeah.
You are the third person or the fourth person who sat on this seat and has said, Judy, who was here before you, talked about how the government took her to school.
Yeah.
Savara, who was here before you, talked about this, how this government... And these are just, what are the chances that the last people who've been on CTA are saying, if it wasn't for this government, they wouldn't go to this school. The reason why I interject is, again, I'm going to say it very clearly. Our tongue for this country, we don't understand how blessed we are to be in this country.
That's true.
Bursary means you're not paying it back.
Not paying it back. The only thing I paid back was help.
Because it's a loan.
Bursary, that was for free from Narok County. That time it was Narok municipality, I think.
Okay.
And how they messed up and gave me a double allocation, I think only God knows. Because I'm not Ole Mwangi, I'm Mwangi. So when a Kikuyu name shows up in a list where we're supposed to have the Maasai, again, that needs to be a miracle. And for me now, those are now the signs of, I think my walk has been a walk of seeing the mercy of God vis-a-vis me trying to labor to please God. I'm not saying that there's no place we need to work, but I've seen him being faithful even in my unfaithfulness. And sometimes what compelled me back to him is not judgment. It is the excess love. You know the way God anakupenda mpaka unajambia yani mazee God mimi nilikuacha na bado unani bless. Unatakaje? And now you go back and you feel no. I think I just need to be fair on my side and love you back.
Okay, how are you doing in school now when all of this is happening? Are you performing in school?
Yes.
Because I'm sure after your dad, the B+, it must have changed something in you.
Geology was tough. I didn't know what geology was. I thought it's the study of being a G. So I'm doing geology. Geology. And you know, it's a technical course, study of rocks and minerals. And I'm like, this is the door God has opened. He knows why he has opened this door. Me, I'm not changing anything. So I go through school, the dear things become tough, and I'm like, wait, I didn't know what I signed for. Because this is like technical geography. You are literally surveying stones on a microscope. Coming up with geological maps, it's like a military place. You're taken to Ukambani, and you have to tour a 30-kilometer radius and come up with a geological map, the rock and all that, and give a report, third year and fourth year.
Wow.
But this time again, we are very tight with Sedo. Sedo feels this guy has something. And Sedo believes in me. And Sedo now tells me, you know what? I know you're in school. What I'll do is, you come and hang around the studio. If a guy delays for his session, you can put a verse.
Bro, that's favor.
Yes.
That's favor.
So Sedo gave me the first track. He told me, aganiambia, skiza, hii nataka uandike song yako.